Being spiritual and not religious drew us to scichic.com and its dating section linked in the footer.
It's a new launch, and we want you to register in hopes that you find a lover, partner, and a friend beyond a traditional introduction, breaking views of cultural perception.
Tell your friends now.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. And this is Robin Zodiac. I'm here every Friday between 7 and 8 p.m. And we have my favorite person behind the scenes, Mr. Tony Sweet. Yes. So, anyway, this is your show, so give me a call at 323-524-2599, and all I need is your name and where you're calling in from. And if you have some questions, great. If you just want me to roll with it, just understand that these are sample readings, so it's either or. And you can either call me back another week or you can call me off my website. And you want to go to my website, which is scichic.com. That's the word psychic with a dash in the middle, psy-chic.com. It's a social media site. It's an entertainment site. You can get computer-generated readings there. Post pictures of events and recipes. Actually, if you're a member, you can video chat and audio chat with other members. So have your friends and family sign up. It's through my server, so there isn't anybody spying in. And I'm not taking anything from your coupon through your IPS address. So just to let you know, it's a social media site for you. So go on and log on to scichic.com. And once again, the commercial in the beginning with that beautiful South African couple, if you go all the way down, there's a link to the dating site, which also has video chat, audio chat, and instant messaging chat. And you do have to sign up separately for the dating section because that is for adults only. So date responsibly. And the whole site is for entertainment purposes. Anyway, it has a lot of things going on. Check it out. Videos, music, games. You can even post metaphysical items or services through the classified section. So I definitely recommend it. So do we have anybody? We do. Great. Hi, you're on the phone with Robin Zodiac.
Hi, Robin. It's Margie. How are you?
Good. Yeah, you sound good. So, well,
Yeah.
I know you
Still
had
haven't heard.
yeah, still haven't heard,
Yeah.
right? Well, the event was
Nope.
tonight, right? You said the event was tonight?
As we speak, yes,
Okay.
it's going on tonight.
Well, everything has a reason. I really don't feel that he went with anybody. If he said that he couldn't get anybody to go, he didn't take anybody else. I do get, though, that he is probably going to stay because I see that he might have a few drinks to loosen up, and it's most likely he's going to stay and probably come back in the morning. And once
Oh, no,
again,
he's staying the whole weekend. I know that.
okay,
He's
good.
staying because he's doing another show tomorrow night.
Good. Yeah, well, then it's good because nobody should be drinking and driving. But I definitely see, success with him coming back. It says that he is worried because of, I don't think he technically uninvited you, but it does feel that he is worried that, once again, this could be the last straw for you. And yes, he did turn the tables, in regards to the conversation we had and the last conversation that you had. It does feel like he turned the tables to make himself look innocent, but it says that he's very upset with himself, and it says that he knows that he caused interference. So even though it appears that, he made it all, on you, it does say that he is going to come back around. And it says that there's happiness coming up, and I do see quickly. So let's hope that he does text message you, or he follows up with a photo or something to confirm that he is there on his own I know you're worried about him, but I see happiness coming up. So, and I don't see him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
I try to not get jealous. I mean, but it's hard when the females friend him and stuff like that. It's a little difficult. So I'm trying
It is.
to keep a rein on my jealousy type stuff.
Yeah, well, you have to remember jealousy is the fear of being unloved. And you don't seem like the jealous person, but I have to tell you, we all have those tinges of jealousy. How I handle it is I just become more conceited and confident. Like, my crap doesn't stink and whatever. I mean, yeah. And you know what? I look at it this way. I know it's no comparison with, the other person we've been talking about but a lot of times I look at it, I try to find some redeeming quality in the other woman, and I think, well, she is cute, or she has a nice figure, or she's pretty eyes, So, and because as a woman, and I think we all do it, but I don't know about it. Tony, do you compare yourself to other men? We're gonna ask Tony.
When I was younger, yes.
You did?
Not so much now. I mean, I look at another guy and go, man, I wish I could look like that again, because I used to have a really nice body. So, but now it's like, I'm actually feeling pretty good about where I'm at. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just wanted to check in with a man and find out if men compare themselves with other men. But I know we women do all the time. So, but no, jealousy is something that we all have, all of us. So it's pretty normal. But yeah, you're doing a good job being nice to her, have sympathy for somebody that's, she's really struggling. I say this and my daughter gets so mad at me. I'm like, us human beings are very similar to running in packs, and some of us just don't fit in. And actually, moi has experienced it this week where I don't fit into a pack, and I just have to let it go and not upset me. And, I also read a blog that somebody wrote about me saying that I stick to myself, which you know what? I always stick to myself. And when I venture out trying to fit in, I always seem to be more comfortable with myself. So, but I feel like that's what's going on with this other woman. She just wants to be accepted. And I do feel that John does have some sympathy for her. But, what you've said to me and even other people that are around her, she doesn't seem to really want to fit in, So,
yeah, well, I'm not even really even concerned about that.
Okay.
It's more like the dynamics between me and him right now with this,
Right. Well, yeah, we talked about it a few weeks ago or last week about how I said that, he's going to check out, go on hiatus, but he'll be in touch with you. And I still feel like that's the case. So I want to hear back this week because, like I said, I do get very strongly that you are going to be getting some sort of message, acknowledgement that he's going to confirm what he said, that he's on his own this weekend, that he's not meeting up with anybody, he didn't take anybody, he's going there to, loosen up, do his thing, have a few drinks, and then, head home. And I feel like you're going to get some confirmation because, from what you explained to me, he's going to validate or solidify what he had said to you with some sort of proof. That's what I get. So it worked in your favor.
But as far as us getting things back together is what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, I see a soulmate connection, definitely. I am getting the number 4, and we're still in April, so let's hope it's in the next couple of days, that. But, yeah, I see more consistency with communication. And, yes, I do believe that you are going to connect, as lovers. It says that it is coming up. I'm getting the number 9. I don't think it's going to go 9 weeks. The 9th is a week and a half, or, let's hope it's 9 o'clock at night when he gets back. But I did get the number 9 around timing quite consistently. But yeah, it says that he does see you as a soulmate and there's success. And I do see, pleasure, which could be kissing or making out. But yeah, I do believe he's coming back. And it says that he's very passionate for you. That's what I keep getting.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for
All right.
sharing,
Well,
and I
thanks a lot.
appreciate your
I'll keep
honesty.
in touch.
All right, my dear. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Okay, we've got another caller. Hi, you're on the air with Robin Zodiac.
Hi, this
Hi.
is Selena.
Hi, from New Orleans. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you sound better
Well,
and
so much
better.
has happened since I talked to you.
Great. Share. So, do you have
I don't know if you got to see. Did you see the picture that I sent of the first little moth?
Did you send it? Is it on the website?
I did put it on the website, but
Oh, okay.
I remember you telling me that I would see that he would come again, the
Right.
little moth.
Right.
Well,
right.
about a week later, I was walking into work, and something flew like right in front of my face, and when I looked, it landed on the window, and it was a white moth.
Fantastic. So that's your hubby. That's fabulous. So, and
Yeah.
yeah, you sound great. So you said you're working. I was under the impression that you were kind of taking some time off. Did you take some time off for a while, and now you're back to work and
I
feeling better?
did.
Busy.
Yes, I did for a little while, and being in the medical field, I
Okay.
decided to go, get back to it. My mind,
Good.
staying at home just isn't for me.
Right. Exactly.
But I felt it just to get back into routine of things.
Yeah, you sound great. It's wonderful to hear you laugh, It's, like I've said before, according to psychology, and one thing that I truly do believe is rebirth. I've said this. I'm not asking anybody else to join in on this. Is my own belief system, but I always believe that we incarnate in 2 years. So the energy, definitely is different after 2 years, So it does take, and even in psychology, they say it takes about 2 years before it's not as painful, and it's still sore, but it's not as painful. So, but you sound good. You sound like you're really coming back to life and seizing your own life, and so yeah, that's wonderful. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm very, very happy that, like you said, you're keeping busy, which is good. So what else is going on? We talked about you remodeling an antique bed. It seems like that project is still on your list. I also feel that there is another man ahead of you. Maybe you're not ready for it. It seems like your husband doesn't want me to bring it up, but I do see that you are going to meet. Yeah, you're going to meet somebody else who is younger than you. Doesn't necessarily mean like he's super younger than you, but he's younger than you. And he looks like he's of Latin descent, either Italian, French is Latin, not necessarily, Latin, but, in that he's dark hair, dark eyes, and younger than you. So it does feel like you are going to be meeting somebody, and it does feel like it's a connection through work. So I know you probably work around women most of the time, but yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah, he could be a rep or something. I don't know. Do you have reps coming in? Like rep medicine or rep equipment?
I work in a hospital, so there's so many doctors and reps and
Yeah. I feel like he's something to do with
in and out of there.
Yeah. It looks like it's a rep, somebody that comes in, like as a teacher or, introducing different products and things like that. So that's what he looks like to me, what he does for a living. And it does feel like it seems to be through work, but it's not somebody you work directly with. So that's what I'm picking up tonight.
Okay.
And I'm glad that you saw the moth. That's wonderful. Yeah. So anything else to share, or are we just going to move right along and I'll talk to you next week and you can tell me if you met that Latin lover on the way. But I definitely see that you are going to meet somebody. Yeah, it says that there's love ahead, and I do see a marriage. Of course, you're not going to marry right away, but it does feel like you're going to meet somebody that you're going to think, well, I could do this again,
All right.
All right. Oh, I love to hear you laugh. All right, we're going to have to say goodbye, and please do check
Okay.
in. All right, have a wonderful rest of the week. I'll
Thank
talk to you next week. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to our next caller. Hi, you're on the air with Robin Zodiac.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Who's this?
Hi.
Yes.
This this is Olivia
Hi. And Olivia, where are you calling from?
from Arizona.
Arizona.
And
Hi. Yeah, we spoke
right.
before, but we didn't have the best connection, so it's nice to hear you loud and clear. So, Olivia, anything to update
Oh,
me
good.
on, or did you have a question, or did you want to share
Well,
anything?
there's a
Okay.
few. Right. There's a few things I'd like to discuss, but I think the
Okay.
most important one has to do with myself and whether I'm going to find a companion for a relationship soon.
Okay.
I've been waiting forever, it seems.
Okay. Yes, I do see that you are going to find somebody. I definitely feel that there's new beginnings when it comes to love. I definitely see pleasure and, an attraction, that there's definitely intimacy and pleasure coming up for you, which is wonderful. But I feel like, that's great. That's kind of like the cherry on top, but you really do want somebody that's going to, partner with you, and have some fun along with it.
Right.
So, yeah, it definitely feels, I keep getting an earth sign coming in. I'm not getting a clear indication what earth sign that is, but I am getting an earth sign coming in. I do feel that he has stability. It says money, but, it doesn't necessarily mean that, he's wealthy, but it says that he has stability with money, like a home and a nice car. And, it does feel like, he either owned a business or sold a business or something. He's an entrepreneur type of person. Yeah, I do feel so. It says quickly, but I also get the number 8. So quickly, I know you said it's been years, so quickly could be, 8 weeks. August time period did come up very strongly, but you could be dating him in August, or you could meet him before and start dating him in August. But I definitely feel somebody coming through. And the last time we had spoken, Olivia, I felt that you were going to be doing some hiking or, something along those lines, or getting involved in a group or something like that. And I've written a book, Secrets to Win a Marriage Proposal, and it talks about how to go from single to get a marriage proposal within a year's time, because it really is important that you go through all the holidays and, all the cycles that are predictable, which I talk about in the book. But I also recommend that you do get involved in a routine or, a group. And for some reason, I kept getting hiking for you. And you're like, no, I'm not in any. But that's what I kept getting. So it doesn't have to be hiking, but it does feel that it's somebody that you're going to hook up with that likes the outdoors, that likes nature, that, likes long walks. And so that's what I pick up on, that there is somebody coming in. But I definitely recommend that you get involved in either a bowling league or, like I said, a hiking club, or do something in routine where you're there, consistently and get to know
Right.
people. Even if it's like women, they always know somebody that's divorced or looking, So as, the more that you show up, the more routine, the more people will, get familiar with you and bond. Because, in today's world, it's really hard to, be a new person in the crowd, like I was
Right.
talking about
Right.
earlier. Okay, great. So you'll
Right.
have to
Well,
get back with me and tell me what you
okay.
decide to join. So thank you so much, Olivia. I really
I
appreciate you calling in tonight.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
all right, take care. Okay, all right. Well, we only have Tony to talk to. Only Tony.
Well, I do got a question if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
Maybe people out there are having a hard time at the moment
Yes.
due to 4 retrogrades.
Right.
Can you explain a little
Is there
bit more?
4? I only know of 3.
Well, there was Mercury's now,
Right.
Pluto, Saturn, and
Saturn.
Jupiter.
Oh my gosh.
All of them.
I thought it was Venus.
Was it Venus? Maybe
yeah,
it was Venus.
Venus. Yeah, I didn't know Saturn went
Yeah,
retrograde.
yeah. There was all 4 of them.
Yeah, well, Saturn is friends. So a lot of our friends, and I've been hearing this, like, on my privates, is that people have been calling like 15 years, out of the blue. Venus, of course, rules the heart. Saturn rules friends. Mercury rules the mind. I was almost in 2 car accidents, like within a few minutes of each other yesterday. So always be alert of other drivers, So, yeah, I didn't exist. They just came into my lane, and I'm like, woo! Mercury retrograde, definitely. A lot of accidents. Princess Diana was killed during Mercury retrograde. Lots of accidents happen during Mercury retrograde. It might not be you. It might be just people that you drive around.
Right.
And the Pluto is a spiritual planet. And I have to tell you, just this last week was one of the roughest weeks I've experienced. But I actually finally got real with myself this week.
Oh.
So it's a very, very spiritual planet, meaning that, for so long I've been like wanting everybody to be happy, like always trying to drop cheer in everybody's life, even if sometimes I give them bad news so they can cope, process it, work beyond it. But this week I finally decided that I'm going to start putting myself first. I'm going to start making myself happy. I'm going to follow my heart, because I'm always concerned, like, how is this going to affect this person? How's it going to affect that person? And then I kind of got kicked out of the pack.
Right.
But yeah, so, and I'm happy with that, because that's fine.
Well, and I've noticed a lot of people that I know have lost loved ones. Why is it there's a lot of deaths? People leave this plane, this earth, during retrogrades. Do you know?
I don't know that. I know that people.
I'm just curious. I was just curious.
But I know that people usually pass 2 months before their birthday or 2 months after their birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
From natural causes.
Right. Right. Huh.
And I don't really think that cancer's a natural cause, but that's a whole other topic.
Right. Yeah, I just find it fascinating, because I've noticed during retrogrades, I know people that a lot of loved ones or pets that die.
Well, but I have to tell you, I've been to heaven, and it's the most incredible place, and I believe that this is hell here, that we deal with hell.
I always said that too.
Yeah.
I said, if you want to know what hell is like, just become
Live
a
life.
human. Yeah, right.
Well, they say, only the good die young. Well, I do believe that you have a choice. And, I mean, it's kind of, I'm not suicidal or anything like that, but I have to tell you, I've been there. That's why I have no fear, Tony. That's why, I can go anywhere and
do anything.
Be with all sorts of people, rich, poor, it doesn't matter,
Right.
and I do rely on my sense of humor when I'm in dangerous situations, but, and I don't go looking for it. I think that once again, but I'm not fearful of anything, to tell you the truth, because I've been to heaven. I'm not fearful.
Right.
So
once you've been there, this is nothing.
This is challenging, but I have to tell you, Brainstorm always tells me, especially when this week was like so hectic, it's so many things were piling up, and he always says to me, think of the end game. Don't think about how you're going to get there. Just think of the end game, and the universe will work for you. And I totally believe that, But I don't know why people pass on retrograde. I just know that a lot of accidents happen.
Yeah,
a lot of people, die through accidents.
What about relationships with people during retrogrades?
Lots of miscommunication. That was one of the things that I suffered from this week. Is I kept asking the same question. I couldn't get an answer,
Right.
because they didn't understand what I was asking, and I didn't understand the answer,
But is there a way that people can prepare for retrogrades to where they can understand each other better?
Yes. Write it all down.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't verbally say it. Write it down.
Don't say it. Just write it. Yeah.
Don't text it, because that's...
No. Texting. Oh, my gosh. We all read between the lines. You know?
Text, because texts are like in short characters. I mean, character. So it's like
Emojis
the
and-
emojis and
yeah.
stuff. So you're like, what the hell does that mean?
Exactly. Is it good? Is it bad? What
Yeah,
does that
okay,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
get it.
yeah, lots of misunderstandings. It's really rough with relationships. Really rough. But a lot of times, true loves do come back in, and if you establish a new relationship during retrograde, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like one of my exes, who is now one of my dearest, closest friends, I met him in retrograde, and I met him right before Princess Diana passed, and I held on to his phone number until we went direct.
Oh, how funny.
And then I called him, and he was like, I thought you'd never call. So then we called, and then, we started dating, and then we realized we should have just been friends. So,
you
but we
friends
have
to this day?
to this day. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have him on as a guest.
Oh,
He's
great.
fabulous. Yes, very good friend. And his partner, who has passed, he's raising her teenage son. And I was friends with her, but all his fiancés and all his girlfriends all knew that I was his friend. So
Right.
I've been, indoctrinated. It's official. I'm a friend. But yeah, we should have just stayed friends. But
That's
you
awesome.
know, yeah. But retrograde definitely is a time to reflect. And to always look back on past loves. That's why past people do come in. And when you were talking about Saturn, that makes sense because, like I said, on the phones, I've been hearing, oh, this guy contacted me from 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever. And I'm like, woo, what? This is a powerful retrograde.
Yeah, as long as it's some people we want to contact us, not people we don't want to contact us.
Yeah, but sometimes they need closure.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
what I always say. Maybe you don't want to go there, but let him off the hook. Give him some closure,
I'll have to think about it. A year ago,
Did you?
Well, a year ago, somebody that I haven't seen in about 4 years, that I broke up with, showed up out of nowhere, and it was in May last year. I wonder if that was during a retrograde, because it's like, oh, we can work it out, and I'm like, no, it's not. We're not going to work it out.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you gave him closure.
Yeah, and I haven't heard from him since. So.
Okay.
So I guess.
Well, that's good.
There we
But
go.
we all go in cycles. I've talked about this many times, So yeah, it's and actually Orlando explained to me that the planets don't actually go backwards. It's actually the way Earth is orbiting with them that kind of like it's like the way we're passing it, you know.
Right.
And
That's fascinating.
He did it with pencils and things like that. I was like, wow.
Got the crayons out.
Let me show you.
Right.
No, he's amazing. I mean, oh my gosh, the stuff that he knows and thinks about. It's like, I thought I knew it all. I learn something every day.
You are pretty smart.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a smart ass sometimes. But
I interviewed somebody on my show earlier. He's the executive director of the Edgar Casey's Institute.
Wow.
In
He was Pisces. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was. And we talked about the Akashic Records. Do you know much about the Akashic?
I don't. What did he mention?
No, it's just, Akashic Records, which, Edgar Casey talked about everything, every lifetime we've ever been in and will be in is in the Hall of Records, meaning this Akashic Records. So every thought, every moment, every person that we've ever encountered are in these records. And so the Edgar Casey was, I guess, really where you could access these records so you can learn about your past, your present, and your future.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that he has an institute.
Yeah.
I think it's in Virginia.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
the guy. He's the executive director.
cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, I have a friend that's a shaman. Like he can hold a stone and turn it from pink to white, or vice
Really?
versa. Yeah, he's incredible.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's incredible. So he goes down there and hangs out and does classes and things like that. And so that's how I know about that. Yeah, I read Edgar Casey when I was a teenager, but I can't recall what I read, to tell you the truth. I just know he's a Pisces, and yeah, I do know that he was kind of a pioneer. But
Fascinating.
Yeah.
He was also he said that he would go into some sort of trance. He would, sit in a chair almost like a meditation, and then he would have I think his wife would sit there and she would take notes as he would speak about his readings and
Oh, wow.
thoughts about past lives or whatever, and he could heal, not necessarily like you're healed, but he could see what the people needed to do to heal themselves, like from allergies to cancers to whatever it was. And it was fascinating I think he gave over 5, 6, 10,000 readings. I don't remember, but a lot of readings.
Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, well, I have about 10,000 clients, but anyway, I'm small potatoes in the media world, but
No, you're not.
I know. Well, I
You're
don't think about it
amazing.
much, to tell you the truth, because I didn't start this work. I actually wanted to be an actress. That's one of the reasons I came here, and it wasn't fulfilling. I really wanted to help people. I wanted to be of service to people, and then, like I always talk about my near-death experience, and I've been to heaven, and I know how beautiful it is. Not a religious person. I don't consider myself an atheist because I do believe that we're all gods. We all are in charge of our fate. I do believe the fates are past, present, future. So I do believe in something. I do believe in Mother Earth, and so I wouldn't call myself an atheist. I definitely believe in something, but I don't believe in fire and brimstone. I don't believe in a devil with a pitchfork, and
Yeah, I don't either.
don't believe in hell. Like I said, sometimes on Earth I have hellish days,
Right.
so I would definitely. It's not always that way, but and you were talking about Edgar Casey and that we recall. We only use a very small portion of our brain.
Right.
So, yeah, we have all this, but I honestly believe, and I've said this so many times, that we've been many lives together. We cluster together, and a lot of
Right.
times, I've even said this on my show, like a lot of times the readings sound the same. It's either somebody
like,
says,
"What?"
"Oh my gosh, that's me," and they call in, and then I'm like, I know it sounds like I'm reading from a script, but it's because it's like energy clusters. It's kind of like Tesla, that ball.
Right.
You ever seen that energy ball where you touch it and the energy follows it?
Right.
It's kind of similar, though, how we are, because we have like these cosmic rays, like 6,000 every second bouncing off of us.
Right.
So if you can imagine, if we're energy, and I've mentioned this before, that our soul, spirit, breath, voice, which is all the same meaning, is the same as the star in the sky. So we're all energy. So
Right.
when we touch somebody's life, whether through conversation, through thought, through, I've also said too that everything on this planet is connected. Every human being, every animal, every plant, we're all connected. So if you think about it that way, where does racism, where does religion, where does gender, where does that all fit in if we're all one big cluster
of
of
energy
energy? Yeah, pretty much.
I agree with that.
And I definitely believe that we're not the only solar system,
God,
but I also believe that the world's flat. Well, it's like a saucer, because the UN map, and that's the only good thing about the UN, in my opinion, is the map. That's the real map, because I always question, because I fly to South Africa quite often, how come you can't take a direct flight from South Africa to Australia if the world was round? Why do you have to go to Europe and then go down to Australia?
do that?
There's no flight.
I didn't
But if
know
you
that.
look on a world map being round, you could just take a flight.
Right.
Like, why can't you just fly over? Why do you have to go up and over and down,
I didn't know that.
Because the world is not round.
So
It's
it's a-
flat. It's a saucer.
So how? I mean,
Yes.
how does that work, though? I mean, I guess I'm just curious because. Oh, wait a minute, we have a call.
Oh,
so
we have a caller.
yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello. It's Robin Zodiac.
Hi, Robin. This is Miguel.
Hi. Are you listening to our conversation? Would you like to chime in, or did you want a reading?
I'd like a reading, please.
Great. Where are you calling in from? Did you say Miguel or Nugel?
Miguel.
Okay, great. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Santa Ana, California.
Fabulous. Okay, great. I'm glad you called in today. Okay, well, the first thing I do pick up is that it says that there is love. and I'm getting in the workplace. So Miguel, energetically, I feel like you seem to be like a self-starter person. Do you either run your own company or do you oversee people like as a supervisor or manager? Because that's what I'm getting that you would be really good at doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to give away my work on the air, but yeah, you could say I manage things. Yes.
Okay, great. But I feel like there's love coming through work. And then I also see that you're coming out of a situation where you've had some disappointment with love. So have you recently ended something, let's say in the last 3 months or March time period?
It was a rough spot. I have a girlfriend currently.
Okay.
It was a rough spot, and we're trying to go forward, and yeah.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
I've said so many times that, those rough spots or those pauses are actually growing pains, and that it's more healthy to be in a relationship where you do fight than if you never fight. So it's just proof that
Right.
you both are fighting, even if you think you're fighting each other, you're actually fighting for the same thing, to, hang in there and be in that relationship, even though sometimes you're like, oh, I can't handle it anymore. I'm never going to call you again. But then we do. So we all go there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but I see a work connection with her. So are you thinking about bringing her into your business, or did you meet her through work? Because I see a work connection with her.
I thought about maybe getting her involved in some of my work on the very fringe end of it later
Okay.
down the road.
Great, great. Yeah, because I feel like she's really smart when it comes to numbers. It does feel like she has really good vision. Also, like she can tell when something's coming. So I think you've learned that.
Yeah, she's empathic.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very empathic.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I feel like
Yeah,
you're
that's
really
incredible.
yeah, you're really intuitive with people too. I feel like you know a lot about body language and sizing people up and paying attention to details. I mean, so are you a water sign, Miguel? Cancer?
Pardon?
Are you a water sign? Cancer, Scorpio, Leo? Leo. That's a fire sign.
Uh,
Pisces? You're,
I'm a Capricorn.
you're a cow. You're an earth sign. Oh, okay. Well, once again, I do feel like you're very, very sensitive. And Capricorns usually have this really tough exterior, and they're like, tunnel vision a lot of times. But you don't seem to come across that way. It seems like you really, maybe just through your experiences and, like you said, overseeing people and watching people, I do feel like you pay attention to detail. And you don't seem to be a Capricorn. Like I said, you definitely don't have tunnel vision. You probably have a lot of Sag in your chart or something along those lines, because I feel like,
Well,
Mhm.
with the new charts they created, technically I would be now considered a Sagittarius.
Yes, yes, yes. We have a 13th planet since 1994, and I can't pronounce the name. Do you know it? Octavius or something? Or it's like an O, yeah?
So,
Yeah.
something like that. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't.
But yeah, you really
yeah.
you really hit it on the spot. She's empathic. I do pay attention to detail. I know signs and symbols are important, and I kind of know my surroundings.
Right, right. And I also feel like you really um you may have been an avid reader one time in your life, but I do believe that you have a really good memory also. But it seems that you'd be really good at speed reading. Like you can like read something and like the important stuff like automatically just stands out to you. That's what I meant, that you definitely don't have tunnel vision like most Capricorns. So I don't mean to generalize,
Well,
but
thank you.
yeah, but you've got like 12 you've got 12 different planets. I always say that sun sign is not always the most obvious, of a person's personality. So either
Right.
and your rising, you don't even the rising, like my rising is Cancer, but I have no planets in Cancer. So, but that's how I present myself to the world, as a mother. I like to think of myself as
Wow.
psychic mom. Do you know your rising?
Wow, really? That's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, it's true. Your rising sign doesn't necessarily mean that you have a planet in that sign. But yeah,
Well, thank,
yeah.
well,
So
thank you.
yeah, like I said, I do feel that there's a partnership ahead of you with your girlfriend. When it comes to work, bringing her in, yes, I do believe that she would be an extremely good asset for you, especially with long
Hmm.
term. Once again, she seems to see things long term. And also, you said that you would be, possibly a Sag. I get that you do, you can future trip in a sense that you can see. All the way down and back where I don't mean to sound general because it's very general, but a lot of men don't think that far in the future, where Sagittarius
Hmm.
men definitely have that gift of being able to go all the way down and back. Yes, Tony's a Sag.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yes,
totally.
so he has
Well,
the
gosh,
vision.
thank you so much.
Yeah,
This
I
is very
appreciate the call.
insightful, and I'll remember
Great.
this.
Thank you very much. All right, well, have a wonderful rest of the week. Take care, Miguel. Okay, we've got another caller. You're on the phone with Robin Zodiac. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
hello, Robin.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hi again. This is Roberta calling back.
Hi.
How are
Well,
you?
good. Yeah, you
Good.
sound great. You
Yes.
do. You sound
Uh,
really great. I've been thinking
you were
about you.
you for me.
Go ahead.
You were telling the truth. You were telling the truth before. There was a little girl coming down after the school's over, but that one is my cousin's sister, little sister,
Oh,
which coming
wonderful.
down in end of June. Yes, after the school is over, and she is
Great.
coming from far away, 3 hours away.
Great.
Which was the one?
That was
Yes,
the
that's
first
the one I was
reading.
right. But the one that
Great.
I was talking about is
Your
yes. I
grandkids.
wanted to know about my immediate grandkids. They're 2 years old and almost 1 year old boy. Those are the ones I was talking about. When are they going to come
Right.
into my life again?
Right. Well, I definitely see it happening. Once again, I know last week I said by June, I am getting in 2 months. Hopefully 2 weeks, hopefully 2 days. But yeah, June seems to still be the right time. I know I said that you probably hear around the holiday and you didn't. So tonight I'm getting, you should be hearing from them in June. And like you confirmed and like I felt that, they were going to ask you to look after them so that they could
Oh,
go away, for a long weekend or at least take some time, adult time, some romantic adult time and not worry about the kids. But you said that they're 2 and 1. I felt that they were, talking and that they know who you are. So they definitely remember you and they know who you are. So I definitely feel that
oh.
there's positive changes coming up. Yes. But I also have to ask, Roberta, did you see them like over the holidays or they've just been bleak all this time?
I never saw them since February the 9th, and we did argue, and she's keeping my grandkids away from us. So that's what I was wondering if they're going to come in back to our lives.
Yes, definitely.
Hello?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Mm.
We all argue. Like I was just saying, it's healthy to argue. It's okay. A lot of times, like especially with my good friends when we get into it, because I do speak my mind. Sometimes I don't have a filter, and I've raised my daughter not to have a filter too. So, but I always say let's agree to disagree. And obviously I know you're the grandparent, and and I feel that there's I felt that you were really super close with her, and I feel like she's just hurt, so but
Yes,
yeah, they'll get
yes,
over
we
it.
used to be close.
Very close. Yeah, I
Hmm.
actually thought it was your daughter you were talking about, and you said no, but it was your daughter-in-law. But I do feel that she does love you very, very much, and I feel like both of you are kind of still sore about it because, but like I
Yes,
said, I've been talking about it a lot tonight. Arguing, fighting is actually very, very healthy, very healthy. So you'll be able to get through it and appreciate each other more. But obviously, she is a bit stubborn, but she does, trust you with the kids. And it does feel like she
yes.
she might be smothering them and very protective and she might need a break pretty soon. So hopefully it'll be 2 days, 2 weeks, but like I said, it could go another 2 months. But I definitely see you being able to enjoy them, and I'm glad about the cousin's sister. That's wonderful. You have
Yes,
some
cousin. Yes, yes, yeah. Yes,
lively
I'm gonna.
family. You're gonna what?
Yes, I'm gonna foster.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
cool.
her foster parent in about 2 months. That 5-year-old girl, almost 5, I should say.
Good, good. Yeah, I totally agree that foster parents should be related. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
thanks, Roberta. You sound
Okay,
great. You really
thank you.
sound great. So I'm glad to hear back from you. And thanks for the confirmation. You have a wonderful rest of the week. We'll talk
Yes.
again soon. Okay.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Okay,
Bye
bye.
bye. Okay, we have another caller. Hi, you're on the phone with Robin Zodiac. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, who's this?
this is Blake.
Hey, Blake, where are you calling from?
Hi.
Where?
North Central
North Central.
from Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. Okay, Arizona. Okay, and Blake.
Yeah.
I like your name, Blake. What would you like me to look
Thank you.
into, or did you have a question?
How about, not necessarily, maybe just for the future, career-wise.
Yeah, I got work and money right away.
Money-wise.
So I'm glad you want me to focus on what I got. Okay. It does feel like there's seems to be quick. Well, I see a lot of money coming in quickly for you. I am getting a new work opportunity coming up. I get 3 men around you that I feel like you're going to be doing some sort of new business. I also get the number 3 around timing in the next 3 months, or let's hope it's 3 weeks. It does feel like you're establishing some sort of new industry or new company or something new along with business. I also feel like you deal with finance, or you're really smart about money and finance. So does any of this sound familiar? Are you going into business with 3 other gentlemen, or buying some property, or doing something, once again, having to do with
Yeah, potentially.
great.
That's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm
Great. Fabulous.
looking for new opportunities, and working with other people, and absolutely.
Great. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're an entrepreneur.
Right on.
You're really smart. Yeah, I felt like it was something like very innovative, something really edgy and new, but I also saw real estate too. So it does feel like it's going to be well funded if you're going to be buying real estate, commercial real estate to do it. So yeah, it definitely feels like the number 3 seems to be about right with timing. So quickly, let's hope it's 3 weeks, but realistically, it'll probably be quickly 3 months. But yeah, it does feel like your vision and the people that you're meeting now do seem to be, a good strength in regards to, making this vision happen. So I'd love to hear back. I'd love to get the details on that. And so I really would love to go on with the reading, but Blake, we're almost at the end of the show here. So thanks for calling in.
Oh, no
I really
worries. Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. My pleasure. Okay. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will be back next week. So, Tony, do we have any few more minutes to follow up with our discussion, or?
We do have a few more minutes.
Okay, great. So we were talking about the world being flat.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious on your thoughts, because I've heard about it.
You
I
have.
haven't been convinced about it yet.
Okay.
But I find that fascinating. Being a Sagittarius, I'm always a seeker of truth.
Yes.
So yeah, I find it fascinating that you think that it's flat.
It's like a sol star. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how do we not just like the water and
Because we're a sol star.
Yeah.
Like it's not really flat, but.
But if you fly straight east or west, and you just keep going and you're close to the land mass, wouldn't it? How does it get to the other side? So I'm just trying to figure.
But it
out.
doesn't. The flights don't fly to the other side. That's what I'm saying. There's missing flights on the world map. Planes don't go around the world. Planes go different. It's like like I said, if you look at the UN map, that's the true map. That's like
so when you see like outer space when it's moving, and you see the Earth, and you get to see the U.S. and then Europe and then Asia, and I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, look into that. Yeah, well, and we have never landed on the moon. They say Russia did, but I haven't seen Russia's pictures. But if you look at our pictures,
I heard China's going to.
Yeah, well, China is, they're incredibly advanced. But if you think about it, they were oppressed. Their land was leased by the UK for so many years, and so and like I really have I wanted to talk about this also, but once again, Orlando's like, don't get controversial. Palestine, like they want an apology for the way they've been treated. Well, look at China. What did China do? They sucked it up, and now they have the most powerful military. They have all the gold. They're coming up in ranks,
all of our debt.
Yeah, exactly. They're not asking for an apology, so I'm so happy that Palestine's getting the West Bank back because, fair is fair,
It is fair.
And I don't like anybody, I know from experience that I don't like victims being blamed, So, yes, I can understand why they want an apology, but be like China, just rise above it, do better things. I always say that people that have been oppressed, when they have their freedom and they have a different perspective, because you can't change the past, you can change the perspective. I always talk about that. You can go back and think, okay, I shouldn't have smoked that cigarette, so I'm going to go back in my head and I'm not going to smoke that cigarette. And then that's the way you quit, you change your perspective. So anyway, yes, the world is flat.
All right. I'm going to look into that.
You look into that.
I'm going to do a whole show on it myself.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. You can call me at home. I'll be on Skype.
Perfect.
All righty. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you for calling in and sharing your lives. Thank you, Tony, my wonderful.
You're welcome, baby.
Mwah. And I'll be back next week. Bye.
Psy-chic.com has worldwide users instant messaging, reading blogs, romance stories, posting pictures, getting recipes, playing games, buying, selling, psychic readings, reviewing, and much more. Interact at psy-chic.com.
Psychic Robin Zodiac has talent of ESP abilities to predict your future in accurate detail. Robin Zodiac has authored many advised books, and you can interact at psy-chic.com. Clients call Robin at 877-924-4783 for a $3 a minute reading.
Breaking news on famous celebrity psychic Robin Zodiac, also known as Psychic Mom, and her order of business of her Secrets to New You Love ebook series on Amazon, to her live call-in Friday night show on ubnradio.com between 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. California time, to her interactive lifestyle website www.psy-chic.com, which is the word psychic with a dash in the middle. That's psy-chic.com, to her in-person psychic readings at her Culver City studio. So log on now to psy-chic.com for more information about your accurate psychic reading with Robin Zodiac today.